Hello and welcome to Wood Explains, where I take a subject, be that rules, history or concept from the role-playing world, and try to explain it to you in a way that I hope helps you understand how it works. Today's explanation is combat and lethality in Delta Green, the role-playing game. In games where you play those that fight the supernatural, combat is perhaps an expectation, and Delta Green is obviously no exception. The combat round in Delta Green is measured in turns a few seconds long and consists of a single action. The order of action is measured from highest dex score to the lowest, with identical dex scores acting simultaneously. Just one of the following can happen. They can sacrifice their turn and aim their weapon. This gives them plus 20% to hit on the following round. They can attack, whether that is hand-to-hand or ranged. Different types of guns have different rates of fire. They can perform a called shot. These are more difficult than normal shots and can have penalties of minus 20 to minus 40% depending on how much cover the target has. They can attempt to disarm someone. This can be done in hand-to-hand by using the unarmed combat skill. They can dodge an attack. This is an opposed test of attack roll versus dodge roll. They can escape. This is usually to escape a pinhold, and it's strength times 5 or unarmed combat, whichever is better in an opposed test. They can fight back. This is done against somebody attacking them with a melee weapon. They can move, around 10 metres if jogging, 20 if running, 30 if sprinting. If there is cover at the end of the move, the agent can duck behind it. They can pin an opponent using unarmed combat. They must have both hands free and all attacks against the pinned opponent are plus 20%. They can wait and take an action after their deck slot. They can do anything else that could reasonably be done in a few seconds. Attack rolls and fumbles are the same as the standard rules in Delta Green, with fumble outcomes being things like jammed guns, hitting friends, dropping weapons and the like. The system has rules for things like double tap shots, as well as the usual things like surprise attacks. Shooting somebody in a crowd is counted as a called shot. Hand-to-hand combat has its very own defense roll system. An agent can dodge or fight back even before their turn, however it uses up their single action. A dodge roll opposes all hand-to-hand attacks that round and lets them duck for cover when appropriate. Should they fight back as per dodging, it opposes all hand-to-hand attacks that turn. This is done by choosing a single offensive action such as attacking, called shot and the like, and if the agent's roll beats theirs, then they take no damage and the attacker is affected instead. They must of course know an attack is coming. Normal projectiles such as shuriken or spears can be avoided with a dodge roll, however bullets cannot be dodged. They can use their dodge roll to scramble for cover if it is within 3 metres. Damage can obviously cause permanent injuries and death. A person can be stunned, which requires a con times 5 roll to recover and act normally. Additionally, if a single damage roll does at least half of the agent's hit points, they're automatically stunned. If they drop to 2 or less, they are unconscious and have to make a con times 5 roll or suffer permanent injury, which is the lowering of stats, and death is 0 hit points. A feature that is unique to Delta Green is weapon lethality. Some weapons are incredibly harmful and they can kill pretty much instantly, so powerful weapons have a score called Lethality Rating. If someone is hit or hits with this weapon, they don't roll normal damage, they roll percentiles. If it is underneath the lethality rating, the target is reduced to 0 hit points and killed. If the lethality rating is above the percentage chance of an instant kill, then they add the 2d10s and that is taken as damage, which may well be enough to kill the target anyway. Lethality rolls cannot critical or fumble, however the roll to hit can. If the attackers are critical, you double the lethality rating and double the hit point damage on a lethality fail. Some weapons have a kill radius where the lethality roll is rolled for each target. Things like grenades and dynamites don't even need to hit the target, just the general area, and thus give a plus 20% chance to hit. Kill radius weapons cause something called suppression. When a person is attacked with a kill radius weapon, the natural fear involved forces them to go to ground or find cover. This can be pushed down and stifled, but it costs 1 san. Of course, those aligned to violence suffer the minimum san loss in this instance. There are also weapons that have different modes of fire, for example one-shot, short bursts and sprays, and long bursts and sprays. These weapons shift to having a lethality rating when they burst or spray in a small 1 metre area. So following on from attacking and damaging, we move on to how an agent protects themselves in combat. There are various pieces of Kevlar and tactical armour that they can wear, as well as things like walls, cars and medium and heavy tanks. This gives damage reduction, so for example a tank has an armour rating of 25. With that in mind, the first 25 points of damage are ignored. Cover and walls also have armour ratings. Cover also protects against lethality, which is rolled and the 2d10 are taken as damage and subtracted from the armour rating. It's worth mentioning that huge targets are immune to lethality, and transcendent entities are immune to physical damage. Similarly, armour-piercing weapons ignore part of the armour rating. Okay, to summarise. Combat on Delta Green is based on dex order, and the agent can do one thing in a round, which is a few seconds long. Critical and fumble rolls apply, and hand-to-hand combat is done using opposing rolls. Normal projectiles can be dodged, but bullets can't, with the only defence for them being ducking behind cover if it is under 3 metres away. Some weapons have a lethality rating, which is a percentage chance to reduce a target to 0 hit points. If this lethality rating roll is failed, they take the 2 percentile dice as damage in the form of 2d10. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like and share it, and make sure to subscribe for more Bud Explains videos in the future. Bud out.